It's another Merry Maxim for the month of March. So this bag is pretty substantial, and I'm very interested to see what is actually in it because it's pretty full. That's one thing I do give Merry Maxim. When they send you your subscription kit, they give you yarn, and a substantial amount of it in terms of other subscription boxes. I think Merry Maxim, at least so far from my experience, has supplied above and beyond the amount of yarn you might need for one of the patterns they provide when they send you their mystery kits. Hello, my name is Sig, and this is Essential Crochet, and you are always welcomed here. As usual, I strongly encourage you to subscribe and like, and then I also cordially invite you to leave a comment if you care to do so. Now that we've gotten through all the pleasantries, let's just go ahead and start the unboxing of this month's Merry Maxim kit. I'm going to actually start off with showing you the materials for this month's project through Merry Maxim. So the first yarn we'll be using for this particular project is going to be Merry Maxim Maximum Value yarn. They tell us it's over 450 yards and an 8-ounce skein. It's a medium weight 4, and their care instructions tell us that this is machine washable and dryable. They want you to wash it on gentle or a delicate cycle for 2 minutes and then tumble dry using low heat for the maximum of 5 minutes. So while it's relatively easy yarn to just throw into the washing machine, you're still going to have to be very careful about how it is you wash and dry this yarn. So this, in my opinion, is a solid 4. It's a very solid yarn. It doesn't have a lot of play in it. There's not a lot of air in this fiber. So it's just a very strong, not very elastic kind of, I'm guessing it's acrylic yarn. Let's see what it says. And yep, it's 100% acrylic. It's made in Turkey, and the colorway is medium denim. Okay, so that's quite a bit of yarn just by itself in any particular kit. But because it's Merry Maxim, and they always give us a lot of yarn, or at least that's been my experience so far, this being the third kit I have received from them, they have also given us 8 ounces of what they refer to as a medium rose. The specs are going to be the same because it's still the same brand of yarn from Merry Maxim, their maximum value yarn. It's still the same type of yarn in all ways, right down to its feel and its structure. Next, they're giving us this white yarn. They give us 2, and it feels very much exactly the same type of yarn that I just showed you. So the maximum value yarn. And in each one of these, I'm going to have 35 yards or 32 meters. So approximately 70 yards of yarn between these 2 little hanks of white yarn they've given me. They've also given me what they call a buff yarn. Now, I'm guessing this is also from their maximum value selection or collection. It's definitely a value yarn. It's not particularly soft, but it really has stiff structure. Next, they give us this package of some roving, or wool roving rather. And then also these chenille stems, or you might better know them as pipe cleaners. Now, as you might have guessed, this is going to be, and I'll show you here in just a moment, but this next required material that they don't include, but you're going to need to supply and you'll need for the project, is going to give you the total hint, everything you need to know. And that's going to be stuffing, polyfill. You're going to need polyfill. Next, they tell us we're going to need 3 sizes of hook. I need a size G hook, or you might also know it as a size 6 hook. And basically, it's going to be a 4 millimeter, a 3.5, or a 4 millimeter, depending on your gauge. Some people are going to consider a size 6 hook to be a 3.5 millimeter, while others are going to consider a size 6 hook to be a solid 4 millimeter. It really depends on the country you're in and the type of hooks or the brand of hook that you use. So this is just another reason why it's important to do up a swatch, figure out the gauge of what you're working with, and depending on the tension you personally use with your crocheting, you may need to go up or go down a hook in size, and that's perfectly okay. The second hook they tell us we need to have is a 4.5 millimeter, and that's going to be a size 7 hook. And again, for this particular brand that I'm showing you here, they tell us that's a 7.5 hook. But again, these hooks are just all suggested sizes. They're in the ballpark of what you should be using. And so then, of course, based off your tension and gauge, you're going to make the final determination as to which size hook you actually need. And then, of course, the third hook is going to be a larger hook, and that's going to be a size 9, or here in the US, you might know it as an I hook. And then, of course, if you're doing metrics, it's going to be a 5.5 millimeter hook. And then, of course, you're definitely going to want, to have a yarn needle handy. So what is this project? And a Mary Maxim project I'm actually going to make, and that I probably will not frog to use the yarn in a different project? Well, let me show you. It is going to be this very cute gnome buddy like you, little Easter spring kind of decoration. So yeah, it's either going to be a decoration for your shelf, a decoration you can use in terms of your holiday, whether you celebrate an Easter holiday or whether you celebrate, the spring equinox or one of the various other holidays that happen around the spring equinox or spring in general. This is something that might actually be a piece you would enjoy having. I know it's a piece that I'm actually happy to do up and make. And if I decide I can't use it, I know plenty of people who would love a little gnome buddy just like this for themselves, because they are over the moon about gnomes. And I don't know too many people who don't like a gnome. So I'm pretty excited about this piece. They tell us that the piece is beginner or ambitious beginner. And just by looking at it myself, I think that's probably very accurate, especially in terms of amigurumi kinds of projects. I'm not seeing anything in this piece or in this image that's going to make me think that there is anything that's going to be too difficult with this piece. But I've been wrong before, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work this up. And then I'm going to reveal to you what it actually looks like. And then I'm going to review it. I'm going to talk about the yarn, talk about how easy or not so easy it was to put together. Maybe there's challenges, maybe there's no challenges. I don't know. I won't know till I work it up, and then I will share my thoughts and opinions with you. All right, we'll see you right back here in just a moment. Okay, so I'm back with the finished product of this little guy. Well, he's not so little. He's pretty good size for one of these kit projects. He's really super cute, especially if this is kind of your thing. If it's not your thing, I am sure there are plenty of people that you know would love to have this as a gift or purchase it from you, or however that works for you. But yes, this is a pretty significant project. As you can see, it takes a lot of stuffing. So just keep that in mind if you happen to get this project, because the stuffing clearly does not come with the kit. Things I did a little differently. So in the kit, you had a couple of braids. I decided to give him 3 braids, make him a little more Nordic looking. And then I just added some little silver beads at the end of his braids, just for a little added personality. But otherwise, this project was really quite straightforward. It really was a substantial project in terms of what we usually get in these kits. So if you're an experienced crocheter, you can expect to spend a couple of good days working on this, like a full weekend. If you're not an experienced crocheter, I would say you could probably spend several days, several good days working on this, unless you get the hang of doing your basic crochet stitches, and you're able to move along quite quickly. So I pretty much used all the roving that they gave me. The white yarn, I had just enough to complete this project. There was no room for mistakes in terms of the white yarn. In terms of the beige yarn, like what you have here at the nose, I actually had probably about half of that left. The blue, that was the yarn that I actually used the most of. Now, as far as the blue yarn was concerned, out of approximately 227 grams, I have 63 grams of this left. So we'll add this to the yarn stash. And then for the pink yarn, same thing, 227 grams. That was 8 ounces for the yarn. I happen to have 118 grams left. So that's still a substantial amount left. That's almost half of the 8 ounces of pink they gave me that I was able to use. So now in terms of the yarn, this was the maximum value yarn. So this is basically Mary Maxim's value yarn. And I don't typically care for value yarns in terms of the acrylics. I haven't really come across one that I'm really thrilled with. However, I think they're perfectly okay in terms of if you're on a budget or if you're just learning. And of course, you don't want to invest very much money in better yarn because, well, you're just learning, right? Or you're really on a strict budget. However, I must say, while I normally would not use this yarn for anything if I could help it, there is one thing I would totally use this yarn for again, and that is amigurumis. The yarn worked out so well. So I have this. I mean, there's no play in the yarn, and it's pretty solid and it's pretty like thick. So there's not a lot of air in this yarn either. So it's not soft. So don't think that it's going to be, because it really isn't. But that's okay. If you're doing amigurumi on a budget, this yarn is almost like working with cotton. And I think it did a really great job for structure, for making a nice tight fabric, for making a fabric that doesn't have a lot of play or stretch in it. It really had almost next to none of that in this fabric. And these are the things that I personally look for in an amigurumi yarn. So this yarn averages out about $6.99 for 8 ounces. I just recently saw it on sale on Mary Maxim's site for, I believe, $3.99 for 8 ounces. which is really, it really is a value. It really is affordable. And if you can get a yarn that's going to work for your amigurumis, and you're only paying like $4 to $7 for 8 ounces of this yarn that will work great, that's absolutely amazing. And that is something I encourage you to look into if that's something you might be interested in. Purchase yourself one of these skeins of yarn and test it out for yourself. So at the end of all of this, do I think this was a good deal for the kit? I actually do. I'm not entirely sure what they would sell this kit for, but I've seen similar kits like this going for, about the same, maybe between $20 and $30. And this kit, my Mary Maxim kit, I believe with shipping, I spend approximately $23 a month on that. So it falls right into this. It really was a project that if I myself am not going to have a particular use for, I definitely know people who will love and appreciate it, because it really is kind of that cute and right up so many people's alleys. So in terms of that, that's a hit for me. That is a, Mary Maxim kind of redeeming themselves in my eyes. Because usually I don't have a problem with their yarns in terms of their affordable yarns and their mid-range yarns. I don't have a problem with it. It's really their patterns that kind of, that I really haven't grown to appreciate at this time. However, the yarn they give me, I don't have a problem with, and they always give plenty of yarn. And so this is my third project from Mary Maxim, and for a kit, it was a good one. So I'm not unhappy at all. And then I also got to test out their value yarn, which normally I wouldn't even touch, just because that's me. That's nothing on, that's just me. I have this thing for the way I like to have a yarn feel and look. And value yarns usually don't give me that. But if I'm working on an amigurumi and I need to keep it within the affordability range, this is a yarn I would use. This is a yarn I would look into using. It's affordable. After doing this project, I can see that it's clearly going to do exactly what I need it to do for an amigurumi project. So yeah, win-win. I'm totally surprised. I really am. I'm very surprised. I don't really have any words, because I would not expect to be giving such high praises for this particular yarn. And maybe the high praise comes from, in terms of the pattern, comes from as a result of the last couple of patterns that were so abysmal. The yarns were fine, but the patterns were abysmal. So on that, thank you for joining me today. And until our next video, you have a most fabulous weekend, and you just go ahead and stay safe out there. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.